If you're looking for a new hobby to get into during these strange times in 2020, Kyosho Mini-Z RC cars might be for you. Kyosho Mini-Zs are 1/28 scale RC cars, so here is an apple for scale. As you can see, they're quite small, yet they pack a lot of performance for their size. Kyosho is a Japanese company and they've been making these since 1999, and I first came across them back in 2004. And I just noticed this year that they're still around, so I recently bought one again and I'm getting back into it this year. So this one here is the Kyosho Mini-Z MR03 model. Previously there's been an MR01, 015, 02, and they're up to the 03, and it performs awesome out of the box. There's also other types of Mini-Zs you can get, such as the F1, which is discontinued, or you can get buggies, 4x4s, or just your touring car, which this one is. Even in the touring cars, you can get them as rear-wheel drive, or they're also available as all-wheel drive, which is what people prefer for drifting. They also come in front-wheel drive, and yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had. Each one has different performance and specs. If you want to get into Mini-Z racing, what you want is the rear-wheel drive, which seems to be the most popular. They are a hobby-grade RC car, so they'll perform much better than the cheap toy RC car you'll get from your local toy store or department store, but they do come at a higher price. So the best way to purchase a Mini-Z is by getting a Mini-Z ready set, which comes in a box like this. There are so many different bodies available, so you should be able to find one that you like. This one's a Mercedes-AMG GT3 presentation car, and as you can see, it looks pretty nice. This one here is an Audi R8, which looks amazing. And yeah, a Mini-Z ready set will set you back about 250 to 280 Australian dollars from your local hobby store. I've seen them also online from overseas websites, and you can get them down to about $210 delivered, but you'll just have to wait for it to arrive. A ready set comes with the car and a transmitter, so they're ready to run. All you need is 4 AAA batteries for the car, 4 AAA batteries for the transmitter, and you're good to go. So let's take a closer look. The first thing you'll notice is how much detail they put into these hard shell plastic bodies. Look how good this Audi R8 looks. Look at those side mirrors, the detailing on the windows, the rear wing, the wheels, all look really nice. A few scratches on this one as I've had it for 2 weeks, but it still looks really good. And look at the gloss finish on this red body. It looks really cool. Here's a look at my other body, a Nissan GT-R R35. It looks really nice as well. To take the body off, all you do is flip it over and push each body clip on the side outwards, and it will come right off, revealing the chassis. There's a lot of tech built into the chassis. The electronics are kept in the center. 2 batteries go on either side. You have a front and rear suspension system, and the motor is at the rear, being held by a motor mount. Looking at the dynamic strut front suspension system, there's a spring on either side, and it works quite well stock, but there are a few different upgrades you can get to make it perform even better. The rear suspension features a single shock absorber at the top and a plastic T-plate at the bottom, and this works really well stock, but once again there are various upgrades you can get to improve the suspension. There are a few different ways the motor is mounted. The Audi R8 on the left uses an MM mount, which stands for mid mount. The Nissan GT-R on the right uses an RM mount, which stands for rear mounted. There's also an LM mount, which stands for low mounted. Having different motor mounts allows for different wheelbase lengths. The wheelbase is simply the distance between the centers of the front and rear wheels. The different wheelbases allow you to use the various bodies available for Mini-Zs. Now, the motor mount that comes with your car is the only one you get. However, if you want to change it over, motor mounts can be purchased separately. Kyosho has released over 100 different bodies for Mini-Zs, so if you want to replace yours, make sure you get one that suits the motor mount that you have. There is a difference in performance between Mini-Z bodies due to the weight distribution. The most popular bodies at the moment for racing are those that use a mid-mounted motor, such as the Audi R8 or the McLaren 12C. One of the great things about Mini-Zs is almost every part you see here can be replaced if they get damaged or upgraded to extract even more performance out of the car. Kyosho make a whole lot of upgrade parts, but there are also aftermarket manufacturers such as PN Racing and Next Racing who also make great parts. You can upgrade the suspension, the motor mount, the motor, the wheels, the tires, the bearings, the differential can be upgraded. On these two cars I've already upgraded the tires to softer radial tires, which provide way more grip than the stock tires provide. Be careful when upgrading your Mini-Z as it can get addictive and costly. Mini-Zs already run pretty well stock out of the box. If anything, the only upgrades I strongly suggest when starting are softer tires and bearings if your ready set does not already come with them. Here's an example of some upgrades you can get. Here we have the Kyosho aluminium motor mount, a Kyosho brand oil shock, Next Racing carbon fiber T-plate, and a Kyosho Mini-Z light set. Here's an example of some upgrade tires you can get from Kyosho, and here's some other parts you can get shown on the back of the ready set box. Alright, it's time to see how the car runs. So here it is, full throttle on my concrete driveway. If you think it looks kinda slow, you are right. That's because when you first take these out of the box, Kyosho has put them in what's called training mode, which reduces the maximum throttle you have available. So once you get used to driving the car, one of the first things you want to do is disable the training mode. It is covered in the instruction manual, but most people overlook it. So here's what you need to do to take it out of training mode. Get your transmitter, turn it off, pull the trigger and turn it back on. Let go of the trigger, the flashing light should go solid, and now training mode has been disabled. And there you go, it runs much faster. So out of the box, it's pretty fast enough for racing, fast enough for just driving around, and it has plenty of traction with these upgraded tires. With the stock tires on concrete surfaces, they should also work pretty well, but on any other surface such as carpet, tiles or foam tracks, the stock tires have little to no traction at all. So you definitely want softer tires when you're first starting out. The car handles pretty well with the proportional steering and proportional throttle, so it is a lot of fun just driving around. One set of batteries can last you up to 45 minutes to an hour, which I think is pretty good. I recommend getting rechargeables when you can, as these are better in the long run. Here's the car running on my homemade foam track. As you can see, it handles really well on this surface with the upgraded tires. And what's so great about Mini-Zs is you don't need a large area to run it. You can just run it in a small room if that's the only space you have. As you can see, Mini-Zs can be a ton of fun. They are a bit pricey, but if you think you'll really get into it, then they're definitely worth it. You can have fun just driving around your house, chasing after your pets, racing with some mates, or even just displaying these on the shelf because the bodies already look absolutely amazing. There you have it, guys. If you like this video, please hit the like button, click subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time.